Yo, what's good, family? Welcome to another episode of This Ain't Your Ordinary Podcast with your girl, Rissa G. Don't know what my hands are doing. This is episode 11. Thank you for joining me once again. How are y'all doing? How have y'all been? How is life treating you? I hope you are well. I hope your mind is right. I hope your soul is right. Yeah, man. There's good things going around. Hope y'all been enjoying the last few episodes. Like I've been saying, listen, DM me, comment me, leave comments. Love to hear from you guys, and like I said, I'll do my best to incorporate whatever you guys submit. Yeah. Shall we get into it? Yeah, mate. The small British accent. Oh, can we have a lock pause? This is a segment all by itself. The bangs are in the way. Just want the limelight. Oh my. Ooh, the hang time. The hang time. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know. The locks are just locking for me, man. Anyway, the lock pause is over. And y'all look at episode 1 and then look at this episode and compare and contrast. That's what happens when you feed them food. Anyways, let me be serious. How y'all doing? Anyways, I said that already. Let me move on. Let's go to our main segment. This is just a random thing that came to my mind, and this is my podcast. So where else to display my random thoughts than on my podcast? It felt right. Excuse me. That came out of nowhere. Yeah. The idea of being a good steward of little. Wow, steward little. I'm sorry. I'm distracted right now. My brain is but that came to me in the bathroom, just randomly, just the idea of being a good steward of little, meaning, being able to do well and manage with what you have. There's so many different places to go with this, right? I know within myself, I struggle with this greatly. Not just money. Money for me is just a discipline thing. So I know if I just don't buy stuff, I'll have money. It's just a matter of not buying stuff, right? So not even an aspect of money, but I noticed this with school, with church. When it's I'm trying to explain my thoughts in a way that makes sense. So sometimes in school when I'm not interested in the class, or I'm just not invested, or I don't care, but I know I'm going to pass because I'm going to do the work. I don't give the class my all, Yeah. And it's not that I don't try my hardest. See what I'm saying? Or at church, there are times when, I'm just being transparent here. I'm showing y'all my growth and my evolution. There are times I'm like, man, anybody finna come today? Or not that many people are gonna come today. Let me, because I do tech stuff at the back. I do sound stuff, and I also play the keys. So with the tech stuff and the Zoom and all that, I do that. I'm like, man, it's not even that serious. I don't even have to really set up stuff well or stuff like that. And I really, Holy Spirit, yeah, but Holy Spirit convicting me, but also I have to call out these thoughts because I really have to be like, bro, what's good? Not you picking and choosing when to be your best or when to be great. If you're great at something, be great at it all the time. Similar to when a great basketball team plays down to their competition. I think that's something I greatly struggle with, is living down to circumstances. And that's what I want to talk about. It definitely is challenging And it's something that I think discipline solves, but also being real. Like, that's the thing I think with a lot of our thoughts. Like, sometimes we try out, I don't feel like that. Or, nah, that's not really. Yeah, I feel like that. And just because I feel like that and I'm thinking this thought doesn't mean I have to act on it. And I also do think reminding myself, last episode, I went off on the process and trusting processes. And I think this too, it kind of falls in where it's like, yes, you may think that you're better than where you're at. And so what? What does that mean? This is the life you're living though, right? And I think working at wherever you're at and giving that place you're all builds something in you. It builds a character in you. It builds perseverance in you. It builds discipline in you. And you even better that craft. And guess what? When you're working and building and growing in the dark and no one sees you, you know what else they don't see? Your mistakes. You want to go and be on big platforms and big spaces. Well, we ought to know by now. We talked about social media last episode. There's a lot that comes with spotlight, and being in the dark, if you steward that time well, allows you to get out kinks and wrinkles out of your character and out of your nature. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. No, but I want to get all the stupid out, or get as much stupid out as possible when people can't see all the stupid. Like, I don't want everyone to see me making mistakes and maturing and growing as a young adult. I don't know how to handle that. I honestly don't. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I don't know if I would have been able to take the heat and pressure from people I don't even know who are telling me about something bad I know was bad that I did, and I think it's a mistake to forsake the small and forsake the little. And what I'm really trying to do is just enjoy the moments of working. Everything I do, I try to consider a craft, and I want to invest in my craft. I play the piano. I want to grow and evolve in music and learning music, understanding music. And it doesn't matter if there's one person in the congregation or nobody. First of all, God is there. Come on. But also, this is something that I'm committed to. And I'm committed to this independent of an audience. I think that is the thing. I'm committed to this regardless, and I have to remind myself I'm not doing this for them. I have to remind myself I'm not doing it for the hundreds. I'm doing it for God. And also because I love doing it too. Like, I love this. I love making music. I love sounds. I love melodies. I love putting things together. So, like, why not grow at that and build at that no matter who's watching you do it? I'm just banging up my mic. Same thing with school. School is going to be harder. School is going to be harder. But for better or for worse, I love to learn. And I do love my program for what it's worth. And I want to grow and I want to push myself. And I think pushing myself in a space where it's really hard to push, and it's not all classes, let me be clear, like just like one's particular I could think of, but to push myself in spaces where externally I'm not being pushed, to have that internal motor, bro, you're unstoppable. If I could get my mind to push me at all times to be the best, that means I can be the best independent of circumstances, independent of what's going on around me, independent of the context I'm living in. Why not do that, So that's just something I've been telling myself and working on and working towards. And really it's a discipline. And really it's bro, do you want to get better? Do you want to trust the process? This is part of the process. Like, do you want to grow? Or do you think that whenever you hit whatever platform or spotlight, is that when you're going to elevate? Like, working on your craft always teaches you that you're not better than anybody, and you're not better than any context. You're not better than any audience. The one person in the crowd deserves the best out of you, as opposed to the hundreds in the crowd. They deserve the best of you too. Like, don't discriminate because of numbers. If there's no one there, God deserves the best out of you. You know, you deserve the best out of you. Like, selling yourself short to you. Yeah, and I do think it's just an important lesson to learn. Like, I don't really even have that much mourning. Like, it's just an important lesson to learn, a healthy lesson to learn, to check those thoughts, to check the ego and pride, because my ego and pride be loud. And I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that, and I try to like talk things out and say things out loud and say things to friends and like humble myself and continue to serve and just humble myself, because pride be gassing me up. And the thing is too, pride I want to be careful in how I say this. Pride is not necessarily always wrong. You may really be the best at something. Where am I going with this? You may really be the best at something, and being so full of yourself, I think, disconnects you from the world you're in and puts you at the forefront. So I think pride distorts reality. Pride is really like deception. Deception is not a lie. A lie is a lie. Deception is like a half lie, a half truth, right? Deception is you're mixing things around. Like, you're telling the truth and you're also lying. I think pride does something similar in some cases. In some cases, you are just not the best. That is just purely, you are not the best, and that's okay, but you're not. But in some cases, I think pride distorts reality and has us acting out of a place of psychosis, like an alternate reality and a false reality, right? And it has us treat people from that, as opposed to humility, which is lowering yourself and humbling, the definition, but humbling yourself and lowering yourself and serving no matter what, no matter who, no matter the context, right? So that actually is pretty interesting. But yeah, definitely checking the pride and the ego and just serving and knowing that the work I'm putting in now is important no matter what happens in the future. I think like the common thing to say is like, you know, you put in the work now, and I actually wrote stuff down about this. You put the work in now because in the future you're gonna have so much more. And what if you don't? Like, what if I'm just using numbers because it just helps visualize what I'm talking about. But like, let's say right now you're a comedian, or you're an actor, you're a speaker, you're a preacher, whatever you are, and you have a crowd of one person in your audience. It's your mama. I'm joking. It might be your mom's. And you're struggling now to perform and to do your craft well in front of the one. The common thing you hear, and it's not fully untrue, but it's not a guarantee, is that you give that one person your best, and that discipline will ready you for when there's hundreds of thousands. Yes, I think that is true. And hundreds of thousands may not be guaranteed. You may get 10, and that may be your max. I think disconnecting the ability to do your craft from how many people you're serving is key, because you're not guaranteed to get hundreds of thousands, and that's okay. That doesn't make what you're doing less than. That doesn't make you less than. It just simply means you don't have that many people in your audience. What is happening? You're not created for everybody. You're just not created for everybody, and that's okay. But you have to be okay with your version of success looking different from someone else's version of success. That's a whole nother tangent. Y'all want to go there? Let's go there. Because for some people, and again, this goes back to comparison. I'm seeing you with hundreds of thousands, and that is the standard of success that I want to meet. If I don't meet hundreds of thousands, I am unsuccessful. I am not taking into account that I started with 0 and had 0 for years, 0 people in my audience. Then I went to hundreds. Then I went to thousands, and thousands is where I maxed out. But I started at 0, and I don't take that to be successful because I'm comparing myself to someone else. See how comparison will like kill your vibes real quick? And I guess to come back to stewarding and being a good steward of little, I think be a good steward, period. Be a good steward of little, yes. And that will give you disciplines to better manage being a good steward of more. But don't be a good steward of little solely to be a good steward of more. Be a good steward of little to be a good steward. I hope y'all are with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing like I talked about last podcast too. The idea of bettering myself for someone else. No, I'm going to better myself for me. If someone else comes along, they come along and they'll reap the benefits. Come on. They'll reap the benefits of the work that I've put in me. But I'm putting in the work for me with your craft, whatever it is you're doing, the best teacher, the best engineer, the best Uber driver. If you're going to be the best, period. Don't be the best with an anticipation that I'm being the best because I know more is coming. No, just be the best. If more comes, and you'll know how to manage the more. But be the best no matter what. And yes, you can have dreams and have it, sure, but be the best. Work hard, put in the work today, not for what you think may come, but for today. You see what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. Because I think that messes you up. You're just constantly moving the goalposts. Like, man, I'm going to be good. All right, great. I went from 0 people in the crowd. Now I have 5 people in the crowd, but that's not good enough. That's not like, bro, you don't even take moments to be grateful. You don't even take moments to appreciate you had nobody listening to your stupid jokes. Now your jokes got better, right? You were cultivating your stuff, your art in the dark where no one could hear the bad jokes. Now people are getting better jokes, right? But you've just been working at it. But you don't have a moment to be grateful. You don't have a moment to appreciate you have 5 people and you had 0. You're so hell-bent on hundreds of thousands. And I think that mindset too also, like, is disvalue a word? It disvalues the people who are there. The always looking ahead and looking past the present, looking past who's in front of you. So that's some random thoughts. Like, just be a good steward of little, man. Like, just work hard on whatever you have. Like, you go to the gym, do the deepest squat you can do. Like, focus on you. Develop yourself. Work on it. Fail. God forbid you fail. But just be a good steward and be a good steward of what you have. You know? Yeah. I'll leave that there. Do the deepest squat. That's all I'm thinking about. The deepest squat. All right. Next segment. Let me get this off my chest. Yeah. This kind of stems from last episode as well. This is the topic of friendships, and that good stuff. Get y'all some friends, man. What? Get y'all some friends. This is also an unprompted topic, but taking moments to pause, trying to be grateful in life, always, taking a moment to sniff the roses, even though I'm a little iffy with how roses smell, but that's neither here nor there. Like I take stock and evaluate my life and compare it to years previous and compare it just to the totality of life. And like, dang, life is better, but also life is different, but for good reasons. And I'm evaluating the importance of my friends in my life. Shout out to all of you. You know who you are. I'm saying it like it's mad people, like a couple people. You know who you are. I love you guys. Having good friends around you is important, but you know what? I really have to start at the beginning of this. Man, learn how to be a good friend. I have to start there. Learn how to be a good friend. And I think for me, again, goes back to last pod was a great pod. Work on you. Focus on you. Everyone says like, I have no friends, or like, man, like I don't really like people like that. Like, work on you. I promise. This I can't give you full proof dating advice because I am single like a Pringle, ready to mingle, right? But I can give you some good friend advice. I'm still growing. I'm still learning a lot. Oh God. But I can give you some good friend advice. Bro, work on you. I promise you. Work on you. Evaluate you. Look at your traumas. Look at all your wounds, your soul wounds, man. Look at things you're keeping inside. Look at looking at those things and evaluating those things, and again, becoming a more self-aware person helps you to just be a better person overall. And again, you're not trying to be a better person for others. You're trying, first and foremost, is for you. People around you reap the byproducts of the work you put in. You may have friends. You might not really have some good friends, or if you have good friends, you're probably gonna lose them if you're not a good person. Like, like it really all starts with you. Everyone wants the cute friend group, man. I want quality people around me. I want people of character, of integrity, of honor. Like people who will respect me, people who will love me for where I'm at, people who will push me to become more, like people who will pour into me. That's who you want around you. But if you don't do none of that, if you don't represent none of that, how are you gonna ask people to be something you're not? And when it comes to, surrounding yourself with friends, man, getting that self-awareness helps you to even know what to look for. Because listen, if you know, you know. This is something your girls struggle with. Everybody ain't your friend, man. Everybody ain't your friend. That's okay. That's something I'm struggling with. But, having a filter on your mind, on your heart, not to just let every and anyone in, but the people you do let in are quality people who can support you. And not just, this is the part, not just having one friend you rely on. Like, we have the whole best friend thing. I remember being in middle school, best friends for life, best friends for real, best friends for life for real. That was a thing. And having that one person, I think media kind of pushes that a little bit. I think entertainment industry pushes that a bit, but having that one person you can rely on, that one person I know with all of, nah, bro, I don't want just one person. And an analogy I use, I kind of stole from Mike Todd. I don't remember what he was talking about, but I just remember him throwing himself on a group of men and like them catching him. And that's just what comes to mind. And I think of your friend group as that. If I fall back on one person, we're both on the fall. We're both in the class and we're both going to hurt ourselves, right? If I fall back on two people, maybe we not as secure. Three people, okay, now I feel a bit more comfortable. Four people, okay, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying have 10,000 friends. No, I am not saying that. And I am also, what I am saying, let me be clear. What I am saying is that you do need, I believe, a group, a community, and not just one person. I think relying on one person puts so much pressure on your friendship. It puts so much pressure on you. Like, damn, girl, I got my own thing going on. Like, I can't carry you. Like, maybe if there was a couple other people helping me carry you, I could lift that weight, but I can't lift you by myself. And sometimes I think that's what strains friendships. That's like, just, and it's sometimes it's unspoken, right? Like, you don't even realize this is why you're frustrated all the time, or this is why you're lashing out at your friends. And sometimes friendships end because of unspoken frustrations. that all came because you only have one person. And so I think I'm telling you, like, I'm okay at this. I'm not great at it yet, but I'm doing okay. Like, I think developing yourself, working on yourself, healing, becoming more self-aware. I think becoming understanding is just the key to unlocking life. I think understanding, oh my goodness, it's life changing. I cannot emphasize enough how important understanding is. It will change your life. Having an understanding, you will see people differently, you'll see the world differently, and from that you'll be able to be more compassionate, more loving, more kind, more caring, because you are understanding. And that helps you to be a better person. It helps you to be better towards yourself, and as a byproduct, it helps you to be a better friend. Yeah. And the more you learn, the more you grow, the better it becomes. When you understand that having one person is just not enough, and the tension will continuously be there because you want more from that person that person does not have to give you. Get yourself a group of friends. Get yourself multiple friends who are different, diverse. You know what I'm saying? Different perspectives. You don't want yes men or women. You don't want yes people. You don't want that. You want people, yeah, like, agree with me when I'm right. But no, like, if you disagree, like, you know. And again, that goes back to who you are. If someone disagrees with you, you about to go cry. I'm not coming from the Bible. I'm coming for you. Like, if that's who you are, it's fine. But you want friends to challenge you or not? Like, you know, like, what are we talking about here? Are you the type of friend? Do you listen to advice? Which one a friend for? You just want a friend to dump stuff on, but you can't receive critique? Get a therapist. You know what? Get a therapist. They're gonna give you critique, but you don't have to listen to them, and there's like no strings attached. You can just cut it off. Get a therapist. Just vent, or get a blog, get a podcast. Say things. People can't immediately talk back to you, because some people, I feel like, want friends so they can like dump stuff on them and have no sense of accountability. Like, you just did something that was horrible. Like, you just cheated on your man. You just cheated on your girl, and you come in and tell me, and I can't say nothing. Nothing. Like, I'm just supposed to be okay with you out here doing filth? Really? That's what you want? No, that's not really my, you know. And again, if that's what you want, look, there's friends for everybody. There's friends for toxic people. There's friends for healthy people. But I'm more so speaking to people who are trying to be healthy. I'm not judging the toxic people. You want to be toxic? Be toxic. Be toxic. That's okay. That's your choice. Free will. I'm speaking to the people who are trying to be healthy, wholesome. Get you some friends, but your friend group will be a reflection of you. So if you are unhealthy, if you are that toxic person, but you're trying to be healthy, I love that for you. I love the growth. I love the evolution. I love the accountability, right? Work on you, and never stop working on you. It's, again, healing ain't gonna happen till the very end of time. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen in 10 minutes. It's not gonna happen in 10 years. Like, oh, I'm done healing. I don't believe that to be true. I believe there'll always be something, and there's so much that happened when you were a child. There's so much that happened that will keep you occupied, and once you get caught up, life will be lifing. So I always think that there's a need for mental health support. Always. That's just me. So you're always going to be healing and growing internally, and be intentional about your friendships. I think that's something I greatly struggle with, like, because I think I'm friendly and I be talking to people, but like, damn, whew, I'm about to get real. Like, I struggle with boundaries, guys. Back to episode 1, people pleaser. I'm recovering, guys. I am recovering, and I am working hard in these people pleasing issues. I am trying so hard It is not easy, man. But I'm growing. I'm better than I was a year ago. But damn, I have ways to go. Ways to go. But yeah, I struggle with boundaries, man, and that is a killer. And I struggled with before boundaries completely, but now the struggle is when to put them up. Like, who? I'd be like, damn, like, should I have not done that? Like, I'm like, oh no, but it's too late. Now you put boundaries, too late trying to enforce it. It's just chaotic. Learn, man, boundaries are life-changing. Get an understanding and also know how to put up and enforce a boundary. Seriously, boundaries are life-changing and life-saving. And boundaries are for protection. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. Boundaries are for you and the person. I promise. It seems harsh. It seems crazy, but boundaries are important. And really, like, damn, some of your relationships and friendships, I'm speaking from experience, are going to get muddy because you either don't know how to put up a boundary, can't enforce a boundary, put a boundary too late. Like, a boundary-less life is a dangerous life, a very dangerous life, man. So learn how to put up boundaries, and know that it's okay. And if someone doesn't want to respect your boundary, that's okay. Don't. It's not our fence. It's my fence. You don't gotta respect Jack. It's still gonna be there. And I often think, like, when someone doesn't respect your boundary, I think that's a healthy indication of where that person is at. And you need to evaluate. I'm not saying cut nobody off. I'm just saying evaluate that person and your connection with that person. Evaluate. If you can't respect my boundaries, evaluate. And for me, as a people pleaser, like, people not respecting my boundaries is, like, at this point, it's like a trigger for me. Like, oh, red flag. Because I struggle with this. And if you can't respect that, yeah, like, I'm really seriously reconsidering everything, reevaluating everything. Because I'm not trying to deal with that. Like, I know me. So I'm not trying to deal with all that. And this is already hard enough for me. And as a people pleaser, again, your worst nightmare is that you're going to lose people because you put up boundaries, and or people are not going to hate you or not going to like you and all of that because you're putting up boundaries. So for your friend to not respect your boundary, to keep pushing the boundary, something to reevaluate. But yeah, I think those are really important things. And once you get yourself a nice, good group, I promise you not be looking for friends. Man, like, I literally thought to myself, like, damn, I'm just really content. Like, I need to work on boundaries, so to be better with that, so I could be friendly, not friends. I'm struggling with it. But like, my community, like, I'm so content. I'm so full. And I'm overwhelmed really with the love. Like, it's so good. And I know if I throw myself back, like, they're finna get me. They're finna have me. And I don't rely on one person. I can't do that. Because I'm even thinking, like, if I pick any one of my close friends, and well, all of them are really close, like any one of my friends, and like, all right, I'm gonna rely on you solely, we will crumble. So I love my community. I love the diversity, different mentalities. Like, that's good. Like, there is a wisdom in a multitude of counsel, meaning it is wise to have numerous people around you giving you advice. You should not just rely on one person. And that is okay. The opinions can differ. That don't mean nothing. Just you evaluate. You make the final decision. But, like, get opinions. Like, it's good to do that. And I love that. I think it's beautiful, and it's nice. Like, when you're down, like, when people can carry you, when people support you, when people love you for who you are, knowing people love you for where you're at, but knowing these people will not have you just sit in it. You gotta get up, babe. You gotta wipe off your face, wipe off yourself, and you gotta keep going. You gotta keep living. You gotta keep growing. I love it, and life is lighter now because I know I have people who are carrying stuff with me. I'm not just carrying all my suitcases by myself no more, and that is nice. I'm not gonna cry. You are. Tears, but no, for real, like it is really nice. And it's a long way to get here. I went through a lot of, again, I'm a recovery people pleaser, but in my prime, oh, I was people pleasing all around. So it's like, okay, navigating, like, nah, we're not really friends. Like working your way through, and then also like being a better person, really, I think was it for me. Like, yeah, like going from that childish, the world revolves around me, to being more understanding and doing some healing on my own, doing some growing on my own. That really changed things for me, man. And yeah, like I think I've attracted now who I am. I back then I attracted who I was, and who I was wasn't ideal. It wasn't ideal. I had a smile. I've always had a smile. I've always had jokes, but I know like where my heart was at. It wasn't cute. It wasn't cute at all. You don't want to mess with this, man. It's just gonna You don't want to mess with this. But I'm not perfect. I'm progressing. But in progressing, it's like I've found people who represent my character, my integrity, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And friends who appreciate that. Friends who appreciate a person of character, of integrity. Again, it's a journey where we're growing and we're sharpening each other. You know, so living this life that I'm living is encouraging you to live a better life than you're living, and vice versa. So yeah, man, get y'all some friends, but get y'all some real friends who will be there for you. Again, everyone's focused on marriage and those type of relations. That's great. You also need you some friends, man, woman. Is not all there is to life. You need you some friends, plural, who will support you and be there for you through thick and thin, through ups and downs, for better or for worse, for good health and bad health. All of those same vows. You want people who are going to be down for you, not yes men and or women, but people who are down for you and who want the best for you and who want to support and uplift and edify and encourage you. That's what you want. Yeah, that's my take. Get y'all some friends, man. For the name of the episode, that get y'all some friends, man. It's necessary. Life is easier with good friends. It is. So, yeah. The end. Thank y'all for joining your girl for another episode, man. It's been real. These last few episodes have been good. I did that. Y'all, DM me, leave comments, please. I need things and suggestions of things to talk about. I love you guys. I hope you guys are well. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Peace.